The Galaxy AI event was undoubtedly one of the most anticipated tech events this year. Thanks to this event, we now get to see the Samsung Galaxy S24 series in all its glory. Moreover, it goes without saying that the top-of-the-line Galaxy S24 Ultra stole all the spotlight, and for valid reasons. But how does Samsung's 2024 Ultra flagship fare against last year's Apple iPhone 15 Pro Max? In this Galaxy S24 Ultra vs iPhone 15 Pro Max comparison, we pit the best of both worlds against each other to see who emerges superior. So, stay tuned to the video till the end to find your favorite one. Moving on, let's talk about the display specs of the two flagships now. Starting off with the Galaxy S24 Ultra, it features a big 6.8-inch QHD plus dynamic AMOLED 2X display. This display offers a resolution of 3120 by 1440 pixels alongside a 505 pixel per inches. In addition, there is a fast 120 Hz refresh rate alongside HDR10+ support. The flagship also comes with the new Corning Gorilla Armor on top to protect it against falls. Most importantly, Samsung has decided to go with a flat display this year, going against the curved display trend of late. In addition, we also get to see a peak brightness of 2500 nits. Talking about the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it features a slightly smaller 6.7-inch LTPO Super Retina XDR OLED display. This display offers a lower resolution of 1290 by 2796 pixels when compared to the Galaxy S24 Ultra. The peak brightness also falls short of 500 nits at 2000 nits. Additional display specs include a 120 Hz fast refresh rate and 460 pixel per inches alongside ceramic shield on top. Further, both smartphones come with an IP68 water resistance rating, which is always a good thing design-wise. However, when it comes to the design of these two smartphones, it all comes down to your preference. While the Galaxy S24 Ultra has a boxy design, the iPhone 15 Pro Max has circular edges on the body, making it easy to hold without the edges digging into your skin. Besides, both devices retain the looks of their respective predecessors, having little to no changes on the design front. Moreover, both the Galaxy S24 Ultra and iPhone 15 Pro Max are heavy, weighing 232 and 221 grams, respectively. On the display front, however, the on-paper specifications clearly reveal the Galaxy S24 Ultra to be a winner. Not only do you get a bigger display, but you also get to see a QHD plus one with more pixels. Outdoor visibility will also be better, thanks to more peak brightness on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. You will also feel safer accidentally dropping your phone now and then with the better Gorilla Glass armor protection. Flat display edges further decrease the probability of breaking the screen. One of the biggest upgrades with the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra is its performance. The Ultra flagship is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset. Now this 4nm ARM-based chipset, with the 8 Gen 3 using a single core of the latest ARM Cortex-X4-based Prime core clocked at up to 3.3 GHz. On the other hand, the iPhone 15 Pro Max uses Apple's latest, A17 Pro processor. Now this chipset is based on the 3nm architecture, as compared to the 4nm-based 8 Gen 3. Moreover, Apple does not rely on the latest Cortex-X4 architecture. Instead, they make their own cores based on the ARM architecture. They have been doing this for years, and have always been ahead in the performance department as a result. However, this time, with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, the S24 Ultra comes very close to beating the A17 Pro on the 15 Pro Max. The latter is just 3% faster, making it a super close call. Moreover, if you compare the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 benchmarks with that of the A17 Pro, you will see that the numbers showcase barely any difference. It is understandable that Apple is still leading the race in the single-core department. However, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 has managed to surpass it when it comes to multi-core performance. Now, although both smartphones really do deliver top-level performance, the A17 Pro takes the lead in terms of slightly better performance and power efficiency. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra features a quad rear camera setup. We get to see a 200 megapixel primary sensor with OIS and an f/1.7 aperture. To accompany the primary sensor, there is also a dual telephoto sensor setup. One of these telephoto sensors features a 50-megapixel quad-pixel autofocus sensor with OIS, 5x optical zoom capability, and an f/3.4 aperture. When it comes to the second telephoto camera, it's a 10-megapixel sensor backed by OIS, 3x optical zoom, and an f/2.4 aperture. Lastly, there is a 12-megapixel ultra-wide-angle sensor with a 120-degree field of view and an aperture of f/2.2. As for the selfie shooter, there is a 12-megapixel sensor at the front with an aperture of f/2.2. Meanwhile, the iPhone 15 Pro Max comes with a triple rear camera setup. This setup includes a 48-megapixel wide-angle f/1.8 sensor that doubles down as the primary sensor. Additionally, there is a 12-megapixel ultra-wide-angle f/2.2 secondary sensor. Finally, there is a tertiary 12-megapixel periscope telephoto f/2.8 sensor with 5x optical zoom. When it comes to cameras, it goes without saying that the Galaxy S24 Ultra setup is stacked with all the best stuff. The Galaxy S23 Ultra already had commendable cameras. Now, with the better 50-megapixel telephoto sensor, one can only imagine the kind of output the Galaxy S24 Ultra has to offer. However, it doesn't end there. All of this superior camera hardware is paired with AI features. These features include nightography zoom for photos, AI multi-frame processing across all the zoom ranges, and deep learning-based super resolution to the table. Additionally, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is pretty solid in the videography department as well, featuring 100x space zoom, 8K recording at up to 60 frames per second, nightography video, and more. Meanwhile, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is limited to 4K recording at 60 frames per second. Also, instead of 12-bit HDR on the Galaxy S24 Ultra, you are limited to 10-bit on the 15 Pro Max. So, be it for photos or videos, the Galaxy S24 Ultra definitely has an edge over 15 Pro Max. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra retains the same 5,000 mAh battery as last year's Galaxy S23 Ultra. Meanwhile, the iPhone 15 Pro Max packs a 4441 mAh battery unit. Meanwhile, charging speeds have never been the strong suit of both brands. Where Samsung is capped out at offering 45 watts fast charging to its flagships, Apple can't seem to go over 30 watts of maximum power delivery. You can call it a tie since, although the Galaxy S24 Ultra does offer a bigger 5,000 mAh battery, it also has a more power-hungry processor under the hood. Not to mention that 8 Gen 3 actually has lesser power efficiency cores than its predecessor. That does translate to more power, but battery life understandably takes a hit. So in an ideal day-to-day scenario, both the battery units should come very close to delivering similar screen on time. Last year, Google announced a hopping 7 years of software updates for its Pixel 8 series of devices. Looks like Samsung decided to not be left behind, as this year, we get to see the Galaxy S24 series arrive with a similar promise. Yes, the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra brings 7 years of software update support with it. This includes major OS updates and security patches. Then again, that is nothing new for the iPhones, as they have always been known to get exceptional software update support. The good thing is that this new shift in terms of software updates for premium Android flagships makes going all out on an Ultra flagship like the Galaxy S24 Ultra worth it. This is probably the very first time in years that a top-of-the-line Android has been able to come super close to beating the latest and greatest iPhone in terms of sheer raw performance, at least on the specs sheet. One can only imagine where it goes from here. However, that is not the only area that the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra manages to impress. The barrage of AI features makes the entire device a lot more user-friendly than one may want to agree. Be it the live translation of calls, AI Note Assist, or nightography zoom, the possibilities are definitely broader with the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It is the truest next-gen, ultra-premium Android experience that money can quite possibly buy right now. The One UI on top makes it all the more worth it, given that it is undoubtedly one of the best and most sought-after Android skins out there. Moreover, being equipped with significantly better cameras, the S24 Ultra is brave enough to not just go against, but mop the floor with what is considered to be one of the best cameras in the smartphone world. On top of all that madness, there are the 7 years of software update support that Samsung casually threw and hit the spot with, making the S24 Ultra rise a little and match up to Apple's unparalleled software support. However, only time will tell if Samsung can hold this spot for longer, given that the iPhone 16 series is already in the works. Right now, it does come down to your requirements and what you actually want from an Ultra flagship smartphone. One thing is clear though, both the devices will exceed your expectations. So, what are your thoughts on both the devices? Which one is your choice? Let us know it down in the comments section, and for more updates you can check out our channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you for the next time. Peace out.